I've got our notebook. I'm going to pack it right in here. I've already packed our lunch. I think that we are all ready to go and visit the school. What do you think? Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another of Cosette's Enchanted Journeys. I am Jenny, the storytelling genie, here with my sweet and crafty friend Cosette the cat, and we were just packing this backpack today. I love this backpack. It's got dinosaurs all over it. It's so cute. But we were packing it, not just because I like it and it's cute, because we were going to go visit a school today. I love school. Do you love school? I hope that you do, and I hope you have a lot of friends and that you learn a lot of things from your wonderful teachers there. Today, Cosette has picked out 2 special stories for us, and one of them has to do with going to school. But both of the stories are about a very special turtle and his friends. This turtle is named Franklin, and he's a turtle and a story that I've enjoyed since I was a bit younger than I am now. I'm not going to tell you how long ago this was, but he's really fun, and I really enjoy reading about him. Would you like to go and read together now? All right. Cosette, will you send us away on another enchanted journey with your magic on our magic carpet? I think she's ready. You ready? Let's rub our hands together and say, I wish to go on an enchanted journey, and away we go. Welcome, boys and girls, to another Enchanted Journeys story time. As promised, I have 2 stories about this cute green turtle named Franklin to share with you today. The first one I have picked out is called Franklin's Neighborhood, and this one is about Franklin going to school. I hope that you enjoy them as much as I do. Let's start with Franklin's Neighborhood, shall we? And these are both by Paulette Bourgeois. I hope you enjoy. Franklin could count to 10 and back again and say the alphabet without stopping. He liked drawing pictures and he loved show and tell. So when Mr. Owl assigned the first project of the year, Franklin was ready. We live in a neighborhood, explained Mr. Owl, and our neighborhood is made up of houses and stores and gardens, said Snail. And a hospital, added Badger. Exactly, said Mr. Owl. Now, for tomorrow, I want each of you to draw a picture of what you like best about our neighborhood. What do you like best? Asked Franklin. Mr. Owl thought for a moment. The school, he replied. Everyone laughed. When Franklin got home, he hurried to his room. Do you want a snack? Asked his mother. No thanks, said Franklin. I have a project to do. Franklin took out his crayons and some paper. Then he sat down to think. He thought about the ice cream store, then the bicycle trail, and then the soccer field. Franklin sighed. Choosing the best thing about his neighborhood was not going to be easy. Franklin went to find his mother. Could I have that snack now, please? He asked. I think my brain is hungry. But after 3 fly cookies and 2 glasses of milk, Franklin still hadn't decided what he liked best. Why don't you go for a walk around the neighborhood? Suggested his mother. That might help, said Franklin. He got his paper and crayons, and off he went. Franklin met Beaver in the meadow. I've finished my project, Beaver announced. I picked the library, and I went there right after school to draw my picture. Franklin thought about story time with Mrs. Goose, the librarian. That's a good idea, Franklin said. Maybe that's what I'll draw. He waved goodbye and headed for the library. Franklin was sitting on the library steps when Fox came by. Have you finished your project? Asked Fox. Franklin shook his head. I was going to draw the library, but on the way here I saw the movie theater. I can't make up my mind. I chose the fire station, said Fox. Franklin remembered the time Chief Wolf let him sit in the fire truck. That's a good idea, Franklin said. Maybe that's what I'll draw. He collected his paper and crayons and set off. Franklin was outside the fire station when he saw Moose. Have you finished your project? Asked Moose. No, Franklin sighed. I was going to draw the fire station, but on the way here I saw other places I liked just as much. I like the pond best of all, said Moose. Franklin thought about swimming and skating with his friends. That's a good idea, Franklin answered. Maybe that's what I'll draw. He said goodbye and headed for the pond. Franklin was staring at the water when Bear came along. What's the matter? Asked Bear. I can't decide what to draw for my project, said Franklin. I like too many things. My best place is the berry patch, said Bear. Franklin thought about all the times he and Bear had picked berries together. See, said Franklin, another great idea. What about the park? Bear suggested. Franklin thought about playing with his friends on the swings and slide. "That's it," declared Franklin. He said goodbye to Bear and he hurried off. Franklin's mother found him sitting alone on the teeter-totter. "Did the walk help?" she asked. "Not really," replied Franklin. "There's so many great things in our neighborhood." Franklin's mother gave him a hug. "Let's go home and talk," she said. "I made your favorite supper." Franklin grinned. "At least I know what that is." Franklin felt a little better after broccoli soup and fly pie. "I'm ready to think again," he said. Then he asked his parents what they liked best about the neighborhood. "I liked the farmer's market on Saturday mornings," said his mother. Franklin smiled. He loved Farmer Rabbit's sweet peas and Farmer Squirrel's fly brownies. "And I like belonging to my chess club," said his father. Franklin agreed. He liked belonging to the chess club too. Then Franklin remembered something. "Is it true that Mr. Heron is moving?" he asked. Mr. Heron was the president of the chess club. "Yes, it is true," replied Franklin's father. "I'm going to miss him very much. The neighborhood won't be the same without him." Franklin nodded. He was going to miss Mr. Heron too. Suddenly, Franklin knew what he wanted to draw. "I know what I like best," he said. Franklin ran to his room and started working. At school the next day, everyone was excited. It was time to see the projects. Raccoon went first. "I drew the river," he said. "I drew the forest," said Hawk. Finally, it was Franklin's turn. He unrolled a huge sheet of paper. It was covered with drawings of almost everyone that Franklin knew. "I don't get it," said Beaver. Franklin smiled. "I drew my neighbors," he said. "That's what I like best about my neighborhood." The end. Did you enjoy Franklin's neighborhood? I thought that was a great story for you to get introduced to Franklin. Now, let's learn all about going to school. Franklin could count by twos and tie his shoes. He could zip zippers and button buttons. But Franklin was worried about starting school, and that was a problem because Franklin was going to school for the very first time. Franklin woke up with the sun. "It's my first day of school," he told Goldie, his fish. Franklin packed his new pencil case with a ruler, a pencil, an eraser, and 12 colored pencils that he had sharpened himself. Then he woke his parents. "Hurry," he said to his parents. "I cannot be late for school." Franklin's mother looked at the clock. "Even the teacher is not awake," she laughed. "It is too early." "You must be very excited," said Franklin's father. Franklin nodded. It was so early that there was time to make a big breakfast. "You'll need a full tummy to work at school," said Franklin's father. Franklin was not hungry. "I already have a full tummy," he said. "Feels like it's full of jumping frogs." Franklin's mother gave him a big hug. "I felt that way on my first day of school." But the funny feeling went away. Franklin ate a little. He double-checked his book bag. Finally, it was time to go to school. Halfway to the bus stop, Franklin clutched his tummy. "I don't want to go," he said. Franklin's father gave him a hug. "That's how I felt when I started school," he said. "Look, all your friends are waiting for the bus." There was a big crowd at the bus stop. There were brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers. Beaver was carrying her favorite book. "I can read it," she said. "All of it?" asked Bear. "Yes," she answered proudly. Franklin rubbed his tummy. Rabbit pulled out a brand new notebook. "My big sister showed me how to write my numbers," he said. "All of them?" asked Fox. "Most of them," boasted Rabbit. Franklin looked at his mother. "I want to go home," he said. "We will be here after school to hear all about the things you did today," she said. When the bus arrived, Rabbit grabbed his sister's hand and climbed aboard. Bear stood on the steps and waved goodbye again and again. Franklin hugged his mother and then his father. He kept hugging even after his friends had found seats. As the bus pulled away, Franklin looked out the window. He didn't know if he was ready for school. "Do you think the teacher will yell?" wondered Rabbit, who jumped at loud noises. "Do you think there's a bathroom at school?" asked Beaver, fidgeting in her seat. "I hope somebody has an extra snack," said Bear, who had already eaten his. Franklin did not say anything. The bus ride seemed very, very long. When they arrived, their teacher was waiting. Mr. Owl said hello in a gentle voice. He showed them where to hang their coats and where to sit. He showed them where to find the bathroom and offered everyone a piece of fruit. Then Beaver and Bear went to the Reading and Writing Center. Rabbit went to play in the kitchen, but Franklin stayed in his seat. "What would you like to do, Franklin?" asked Mr. Owl. I don't know, said Franklin, rubbing his tummy. I cannot write all the numbers like Rabbit can. I cannot read like Beaver can. Rabbit and Beaver will learn new things at school, and so will you. Franklin started to doodle. I can see that you are a very good artist, said the teacher. Franklin sat up taller. I know all my colors, too, he said. What color is this? Asked Mr. Owl, holding up a colored pencil. It's a special blue, said Franklin. It is turquoise. Now you have taught me something, said Mr. Owl. Is there something special you would like to learn? There were so many things Franklin wanted to learn that he had trouble deciding. Finally, he asked Mr. Owl to help him read his favorite book. Franklin made a building of blocks. He sorted the money in the classroom store and painted 4 pictures, 1 for the teacher, 1 for himself, and 2 for his parents. It was a wonderful day. Franklin sat at the back of the bus all the way home. He bumped up and down. He was so busy having fun that he almost forgot to get off at a stop. His parents were waiting. How is your tummy? They asked. Franklin looked puzzled. It had been such a good day, he had forgotten all about his jumpy tummy. My tummy is empty, he said. That's a feeling that will go away too, said Franklin's father. I made this for you, said Franklin's mother. She gave Franklin his favorite snack, fly pie. And I made this for you, said Franklin. He gave his parents 2 pictures and 2 big hugs. The end. And what did you think about Franklin's neighborhood and Franklin Goes to School? I hope that you enjoyed these stories. Did you have a jumpy tummy the first time that you went to school or to preschool? You know, it was a long time ago since Jenny the Genie went to her first day of school, but I think I remember feeling that kind of nervous excitement in my tummy too. In fact, when I was little, I moved around all over the place, and I started a new school almost every year for a long time. And I always had to learn new teachers and new kids' names and what the building looked like and wondered what my classroom would be like and if I'd have friends. Do you feel that way? But you know what was wonderful? Every school that I went to, every place that I tried, I always found something good to do and some fun friends to share it with. So I hope you have a similar experience. And I hope you enjoy school because it's a wonderful place to share with the friends that you make and to learn a lot of new things. And speaking of sharing and friends and making things, are you ready to go off and do our special craft or activity today? I am too. All right, let's go. Today we are going to do what is called a reverse drawing. It's when we shade in the entire paper first and then use erasers to draw. For today's project, all you'll need is a piece of paper, a pencil, and an eraser. And if you want, you can also use things like stencils or other drawing materials to help you design your reverse drawing project. The first step in our drawing project is just to take our pencil and shade in our white piece of paper all the way. The darker you make the paper, the easier the erase lines will show up when you go to erase and make your drawing. So take your time with this step. It may take a while, but you want to shade in that paper pretty dark. Once you're happy with how shaded your paper is, you can start planning how you're going to erase it. As you can see on this additional paper, I've drawn an idea for a pond scene that I'm going to make on my shaded drawing using an eraser. I thought this might work nicely since Franklin had a lot of pond friends in his neighborhood. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take my eraser and start drawing. And just take your time with this. And again, if you have stencils, you may use those as well. I've decided to make a pond scene with half underwater and half above. So I'm just using my eraser to draw a water line, and some of my picture will be above the water and some will be below. I have a stencil here with frogs and turtles that I think will work really nicely with my eraser, and then I can do touch-up work with a pencil eraser once I'm finished. I'll show you how that works. As you can see here, when I take my stencil away, some of my frog outline is missing, so I'm just using my pencil eraser to go in and redefine some of that detail that's hard to do with a stencil. So you can do this as well. You can also use the tip of your pencil to shade back in areas if you mistakenly erase too much. Just continue to use your eraser and draw a picture, and again, have fun making whatever it is you would like to see. And don't worry if you make a mistake. That's the great thing about this project, is you can use your pencil to fill it back in, and then you can use your eraser to erase it again. As you can see here, I'm just making some good progress with my eraser, but I see some areas where I'm starting to lose some detail, especially here in this turtle. So I'm just going to use my pencil tip to do some outlining and more shading to help define my characters a little bit better. You can do the same. I hope that you're enjoying this reverse drawing that we're doing together. This is something that you can try again and again, and you can make images from any other stories or books that you enjoy. I find it to be a lot of fun to do things a little bit opposite of the way we normally do. Normally, we take a blank sheet of paper and we draw with our pencil, crayons, markers, colored pencils, anything we've got to make an image appear. But this time, we started with a very dark gray image and we're using an eraser to bring an image out. And I just think that's a lot of fun. And I enjoy using my creativity to see how I can use the different shading techniques and the different erasers to make an image pop out and stand out. When you're done doing this, you could use a crayon or a colored pencil to color in some areas or try some colored shading. You could outline everything in marker to really make it pop. This project is completely up to you and is uniquely yours, and I hope that you're using your imagination and creativity to make very fun images. Remember, you can always share any of your images with me with the help of a parent or a guardian. You can send me an email to cosette'senchantedjourneys@gmail.com, or you can write to me at the address at the end of the show. I hope you've been following along with all of our projects and that you enjoy them as much as I do. Well, I think I'm just about finished here. Here is my pond scene with my turtle and my frog. I got a little bug crawling up my cattails and a dragonfly. I really enjoyed doing this project, and I hope you were able to follow along and create something very special of your own. Remember, you can do this anytime you like, just with a piece of paper, a pencil, and an eraser. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come back and visit me for another craft soon. But it's time for us to head back to the magic lamp and say goodbye to Cosette. Are you ready? All right, let's go. And welcome back to the magic lamp, boys and girls. Did you enjoy our story about Franklin today? I sure did. Oh, as you can see, I still have my backpack on. I had a lot of fun going and reading about Franklin going to school, and I'm ready to go and visit a school now myself since I'm all packed up and I've got my bag. How about you, Cosette? Are you ready? All right, she's ready, which means we have to say goodbye for today. But on behalf of Cosette and myself, we both say thank you for coming to see us again in our magic lamp, and we hope you'll come back to visit us again really soon. Until you do, take really good care of yourselves, and we'll see you later. All right, bye-bye.